It was really a matter of every team needing to do new science to be able to succeed, and so it was really a stretch goal. That has a way of narrowing down the competition quite a bit. So we sort of made an initial cut based on a perceived ability of people to do the work, a little bit like writing a scientific proposal maybe. The narrowing down was done according to who was making the most progress, who'd gotten the farthest with the design of their solution, with the testing of it. Maybe those that had more of a prototype in place were more likely to succeed and get funded a little bit and proceed to the next round. Automation and robotics are also used in places that the public doesn't necessarily see. So one of the areas that Abu Dhabi is interested in is manufacturing. And we have a partnership with Strata, which is a Mubadala company that's mostly concerned with manufacture of aerospace components. It's mostly composite fuselages and wings and control surfaces. And the idea of making composites is that if you don't do it in an automated way, it's like a lot of manufacturing processes, it's very expensive. So the better you can do at automating the way you form parts, the way you join them together, the way you inspect them, the better off you'll be. So we actually have a center here with Strata on our campus where we investigate this little corner of the robotics world. What I would say about robotics in general is there isn't just one sector in which it applies, but most of the technological sectors that Abu Dhabi is interested in advancing for economic reasons require automation and robotics, and so it really does fit well into that agenda. What you can expect to see, there are going to be drones involved. There are going to be swarms of drones involved because you have to somehow, when you automate complicated systems, you have to figure out how to make robots or automated entities cooperate with each other and with humans. There are going to be things flying. There are going to be things driving. There are going to be things that are flying that are trying to land on things that are driving. So it's almost a page out of science fiction in a way. I think there's a few things that set this particular competition apart. I think one, and you can't really downplay this. It's really important, I think, for the world to know that this level of innovation and technical talent exists in this part of the world. We aim to be with the best, and I think putting that aspiration out there and making it clear with an event like this is really important. It's a really important feature. The judges were selected by our technical team, and almost to a person. We've got folks coming from Japan, we've got folks coming from California, from Stanford. They were selected according to their eminence in the field of robotics. Their involvement goes back to the very beginning, and a lot of it in the early stages had to do with just defining the competition, making sure that the challenges that were included in it would be challenging enough that people would have to do new science and new discovery to be able to complete them, but not so hard that nobody would be successful at the end of the day. For the Khalifa students, it's not so much that I have to tell them this. I think they'll do it naturally, but there really is an importance, obviously, to representing your country and your university well as a host. And of course, we know that in this region, people take a lot of pride in that anyway. And one of the things we'd like our students to do is really observe and continue to try to improve, because it's a process. It's not just a one-time thing. It's something that we want to come back at, and we would like to think someday, as we've accomplished in some other areas, that we'll be competitive with the very best in the world. So it's a way of seeing where you are and where you need to improve. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be out at Yaz. We're going to have food trucks out there. It's going to be a very nice event, I think, a very spectator-friendly event. People will not just be passively watching and seeing what's going on, but they're going to have the opportunity to get pretty close to the competing teams and watch what they're doing and how they go about doing it. You don't have to be an accomplished engineer to appreciate the complexity of what a lot of the teams are doing, but we're really designing it too as a family event where you can really go out and make a day of it, have a good time, and I think see some really challenging, interesting things being done right here in the UAE. People coming from all over the world to Abu Dhabi to demonstrate what they can do in a very important technical area. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.